I do engage with, you know, opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to content, political takes, and what have you. My boy Journey, he gave me the bet. He was like, "Hey man, listen, if you could watch this whole thing without cringing," he was like, "Yo, I don't think you could watch this thing without cringing. These red pillars are all cringe, so I can only imagine the cringiest of them all, Donovan Sharp." Let's see how long I can last. But let's just get right into it.
If you don't know who Donovan Sharp is, he's considered a red pill guru, one of the leaders in the manosphere. He touts himself as somebody that young men should emulate in terms of how they should live their life. Well, we did a previous video in which it was exposed that he's been lying about a lot of his life, like much of these red pill people. Take a look.
Any man who marries a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. But,
Huh?
yeah, David, listen, man, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited, but you married a single mom. Like, post-wall women, they get married all the time, but the men they get married to are very low value. They're beta males. They're pushovers. They're not real men. They're not the men that arouse these women.
So credits where credit's due. This man makes fun of other people's spouses and different things like that. Claims he would never date a single mom. Well, somebody pulled up his quote-unquote girlfriend's bankruptcy records, because those are public records that anyone has access to, and they found some interesting information.
Devin is one of just a few women I've dated, older women I've dated, who didn't have any kids when I met them. But again, they're the exceptions. Devin is my girlfriend. She is not my wife. We have never been married. She is not a single mother, and we have not adopted anybody. I got a 13-year-old niece that stays here at least twice a week.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like, hey man, y'all could call me a woman hater, but I feel like getting with a loser like this and going along with his loser agenda is worse. Like, it is worse than just saying, hey, I'm married to this loser. Going along with it and being like, yeah, we're not married and we're not together and he's totally not taking care of my stepchild is, if it's not on the same level, it is worse. This is embarrassing. Imagine the husband, the stepfather to your kids. Someone who's called stepfathers and, men of that nature as cuck beta male losers is literally what he's describing with vitriol. That's the person you fell in love with. That's the person you're married to. We're not even a minute into this video. Well, we are, but like we're not even like fully into the wedding part of this video. I'm looking at like the wedding starts at 3.5 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Because Olivia, she's 14 years old now, and she's a beautiful girl. She could.
And so as we now look at her application on the screen and go to the section describing her household.
Excuse me. Matter of fact, let me look at name of that channel is Red Pill Explained or Examined. Red Pill Examined. I'm gonna watch a video by them. Maybe I'll react to them. Oh damn, they haven't uploaded in a couple months. But their videos are like relatively short, so I might, depending, I'll look at like what's their most popular video. And they were the ones who exposed Donovan Sharp. Okay. Their oldest video. Wow. Okay. So they got some Kevin Samuel stuff on here that I might watch this. I might watch this stuff. All right. But back to the video.
It states, do you have dependents? Yes. Does dependent live with you? Yes. Dependent's age, 10 years old. Dependent's relationship to debtor 1. Daughter.
I want to make something clear here. I don't care what kind of woman you choose to be your girl. Be with who you want to be. You want to date a single mom? I don't care. What I don't like, and what I think is very laughable, is you run a course, you have video clips making fun of other men for dating single moms and criticizing those women.
Now keep in mind that this also contradicts everything Donovan Sharp has taught his audience about the types of women to avoid going all the way back to his days when he wrote for Return of Kings, to his free ebook called 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Relationship, where he states that single mothers should be avoided as they make for the worst girlfriends, wives, and mothers.
That's another thing, dude. It is so weird how, like, people like this, there was another guy, I forgot his name. He was on that podcast, you know, that weird Red Pill podcast where it's like, there's no way this is not like a troll, with, I'll put him on screen, this guy, and they, either way, it was like this weird conservative Red Pill podcast, if I'm remembering correctly, and they were talking to the guy, and somebody in the chat, like, super chatted a question about the dude admitting to being a cuck, in his, like, article writing days before his, like, current, occupation as a Red Pill grifter. And he got, like, super upset at, like, the female co-host who, like, brought up the question. My thing is, like, it's so weird how terminally online these people are. I'm not gonna assume that Donovan Sharp and that dude are, like, terminally online, but to have a career in which you're writing articles for a website and the stuff you're writing about either contradicts your lifestyle immensely is an indication of, like, crazy self-hate, or it's like a part of the fetish, like they have like a self-harming fetish in a way where it's like they're talking down on the exact person that they are, and it's so weird to me. Like, I don't understand the idea of preaching a certain lifestyle. And listen, man, like, you know, I get at religious people all the time for being hypocritical and breaking, like, the rules and regulations of said religion. Like, that, to me, that's almost in the same ballpark, but not as embarrassing, just because of, like, a lot of that stuff is based around, like, human urges that some people just can't control or have a hard time controlling. These dudes are actively telling people to live a lifestyle that has, like, no biblical connection, no spiritual connection, no facts to back it up, with so much vitriol that you would imagine these dudes are living the complete opposite of what they're preaching, but instead they are the exact person that they're talking about. It is so insane to me. Like, it's a different level from being, like, a religious person and maybe you cheated on your wife. Because it's like, hey, you're a religious person, you're going to church, you're keeping up the facade, but at least you're not, like, imposing that onto other people. When you're the head of a church and you talk during the sermon from time to time and you talk about these things, but it turns out you are a regular at your local strip club, you cheat on your wife, you abuse your kids, or you're a R. Kelly type. To me, that is, like, the worst kind of hypocrite. It'd be different if you were just going to church and you messed up. You do some things that are kind of fucked up and, you know, morally and spiritually are against the things that you believe in. That's completely different from preaching one thing and doing the opposite. If you're just living a lifestyle and you're hypocritical, completely different. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone can't be perfect. I understand that. But when you're preaching it and publicly demeaning, or in this case, making a career out of it, you are a bozo, bro. You get no respect. And most people can smell it. Like, that's one of those things that I don't like about the internet, too. Like, people are like, oh, you don't even know him. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I'm sure there are other people like me. I have good discernment when it comes to types of people. Because at the end of the day, hey, man, like, there are plenty of things that I disagree with when it comes to lifestyle choices or, you know, the way people choose to express themselves and shit like that. Like, I'm not opposed, but, like, you know, I'm not in support of certain things. I would never make it my mission to shit on people just because they live differently from me. The only way I could do that is if you're being an immense hypocrite or you're just a creep or a weirdo or something. You know what I'm saying? And even then, like, that's a deeper, maybe a little bit more of like a philosophical conversation, but I feel like I have pretty good discernment on figuring out who are the bozos. And I gotta tell you, these red pill types, it is literally the brightest of red flags every single time. The only time it's not is when they actually have like a mission. You know what I'm saying? Something to actually be like, hey man, listen, I'm a red pill, but you know, I'm trying to. But every single person I've seen in the red pill space they're either hypocrites, frauds, or everything under the sun that they demean, everything under the sun that they just disavow. They are those things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll be closeted. Sometimes they'll, they'll engage in, like I said, R. Kelly activity. They'll engage in, physical or, mental abuse, SA, all the things that they'll say, hey man, as a real man, you should never do any of those things. But I never really talk about those things. I just focus on the basics of the red pill, like getting money, having sex with tons of women, and all this extra bullshit that doesn't actually help you as a man. This is like, I'm rambling. Let's just, oh man, come on.
How's a single mom? And yes, listen, I know single moms are bad and this and that and the other, but we all got to start somewhere. Don't commit to them. You've been married before.
This is who his wife settled for, by the way. I don't believe in like, oh, women settle, men settle thing. Like, I hate when people say that, but like, if someone is publicly demeaning you like this when they actually like love you or whatever, you settled. You can get a man who would never say any of those things and will publicly love you and his stepchild. You have no reason to be with a man like this unless you yourself are fundamentally broken, fundamentally idiotic, or you're just like, like I said, it's a deeper conversation, but it's just like I just have like a special kind of disdain for people who get with someone who is this disrespectful to them, man or woman. Like it's insane to me.
Okay, you've been married before.
I got married young, and I was married for a very long time.
Like, look at how he's looking at her. Like, he's like, hold on.
I got married.
Like, look at how he's looking at her. Like, bro, how do you even have the preamble conversation to this stream with the love of your life saying, hey, let's just make up a false life about you and completely shit on your real life? This is embarrassing.
Married young, and I was married for a very long time. For the 20-something years before we met, as an adult. For the 20-something years before we met, as an adult. For the 20-something years before we met, as an adult.
Whoa. 18 is the legal age. Plus 20. That's before Donovan. 38 to 41. And she's been with Donovan for at least 4 years. Let me do the math here. Hold on. Are these important emails? They're not important emails. If she's 44... I'm confused. Hold on, wait. Let me listen to what she was saying. I was chatting.
Something years before we met. For the 20-something years before we met, as an adult.
20-something, so she means more than 20, like maybe around like 22. But she's legal at 18. Some states it's 17, some states it's 16. Either way, at bare minimum, what the person is saying is she should be 38.
For the 20-something years before we met, as an...
Okay, so she was an adult for 20 years before she met Donovan. Okay, I get what you're saying. So if she was 18... Okay, I get it now.
For the 20-something years before we met, as an adult.
She's 44.
I met you when you were 32.
Come on, son.
You are an older woman. Devin, my girlfriend, is an older woman. Okay? Yes, my girlfriend is an older woman. She turned 36 back in February. I misled my audience about Devin's age, but I did that for privacy purposes. Just listen, Dev is 45.
So I'm talking about, you claim women hit the wall at around 30. Some niggas say 29, late 20s, which is insane to me. Like, which, by the way, quick rant. I don't care how misogynistic this sounds. Older women are fire. I love my girlfriend to death. She's like a year and a half younger than me, 2 years younger than me. I think she's 2 years younger than me. I love my girlfriend to death. I'm 24. She's 22. However, are we really gonna sit here and act like there are like once someone hits 30, once a woman hits 30, she's just physically unattractive? Like, I understand the idea of like, oh, she's been ran through or whatever. Like, sure, let's go with that shenanigans. Even though it's like you would never know anyone's body count just by them telling you their body count. They're either shaving the numbers a little bit or whatever, to the point where asking about it is almost irrelevant. You have to discern through people's personality, their, things that actually matter. Body count, unless it's some astronomical number, really doesn't matter. This idea that for some reason, just because a woman has had sex with a bunch of dudes, especially at that age of 30 to 40, some cases even 50, and in some cases, if you're lucky, 60, they're fire still. Like, Jessica Alba isn't physically attractive to these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce isn't physically attractive. Lady Gaga, like all these women, and sure, you can make the argument that they're celebrities, but me personally in my life, I know plenty of attractive women who are older than The Wall, who have had kids, who have had, I can guarantee I've had numerous partners, numerous boyfriends, maybe in some cases numerous husbands. Like, I'm just gonna assume like all of them are just like dog shit human beings that don't deserve, love and affection. Like, come on, how could you even look at life this way? This is like the polar opposite of like the Disney complex that some women have, where it's like the guy has to be like completely perfect. This is like the opposite end of that spectrum. It is so gross.
Every day you get online and you lie about the fact that that woman has a daughter. That the woman that you call your girl, your wife, has a daughter. And not only are you lying about it, you lying about the fact that your girl's old, which is fine. But you lying
That's
about
fine,
it,
bro.
telling other people to not wife up used goods. That's what you say.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and I need to share the link. Copy the link. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to send it. Okay, guys, this is it. We are going to get married. I am now going to give the camera to our guy. Here we go.
Oh, this is a wedding? Oh my gosh. He's what's crazy? Like, he's so, like, listen, I've been shitting on his wife this whole time. I don't mean any disrespect directly. I mean, maybe I do. But he loves this woman, or he's like in love with this moment, because he's like, he has the butterflies that I feel like most men have. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really love someone, but I just don't understand how you could like fundamentally be so morally opposed to this. You know what I'm saying? So morally opposed to everything that you're talking about. And it means, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
All right, we're live. No, you can turn it around. There you go. You ready? Let's go.
Sorry.
It's upside down.
I don't know if that's not the most poetic thing ever, but a red pill wedding would be filmed upside down.
He did say turn it around, so I mean it is.
You can't make this up. That is poetry. Right? So this is literally titled "A Red Pilled Wedding."
She got some. Let me show. Like, and that's the thing that's even more. Wait, what the fuck? Why does she look like that? Oh, okay. It was just like the carpet in the background. What's even weirder, right, is that. Listen, man, no homo, but neither of these individuals are physically unattractive. So it's clear, and if they were smart, you know what I'm saying? It's clear that something is wrong with them, like internally. Right? And I don't know, dude. It's it's just embarrassing. I'm sorry. Let's just get through it. We're only 4 minutes in.
I can't. I can't. All these high value men, and they still don't know how to not fucking invert this fucking video.
They don't know how to operate a camera.
Was this a live stream? Hold on. It was a live stream. I mean, yeah. Having a wedding on YouTube is already cringe. Like, I feel like the only person who should have a wedding on YouTube is like Mr. Beast and like PewDiePie. And then even then, YouTube should sponsor their weddings. You know what I'm saying? Considering all the money they've made for the website, like that's the only way I could be like, yeah, you could live stream your wedding or whatever. But even then, no. I don't think anyone should ever live stream their wedding. Record it, absolutely. That's memories. Save it for the memories. Save it for your kids. Save it for other members of the family. Save it for people who may not be able to make it there. But for your YouTube audience, this is cringe as hell. And you're, like I said, you're not. I'm not saying you have to be the king of YouTube or anything like that, but like, it's just weird. This is just gross. Everything is just gross about this. I'm not cringing yet.
I can't. All these high value men, and they still don't know how to not fucking invert this fucking video.
They don't know how to operate a camera.
I mean, I understand marriage isn't a big deal to you guys, but
that's a skit. That's a skit.
They look like they're in a hotel lobby.
That's a skit.
I love Preach. He's saying it's a skit. I feel him. I hope it's a skit. God damn it.
Says orientation is locked here.
Yeah, you can't do it inside. And here we are, guys.
It's an elf on the cameraman.
It's so cringe that he's still in like producer mode. You know what I mean. Like he's like, all right, here we are, guys. Like, oh my gosh, dude, this is what could possibly be cringier, whatever. Doesn't even matter what I'm.
L for the editor.
No, that's a skit.
And he's edited his own wedding.
That's a skit.
All right,
that's a skit.
Okay, let's watch.
I fuck with Preach, man. He's saying it's a skit. I feel him. I hope it's a skit.
Bruh, this would be a red pill wedding because everybody I saw who in that audience was just dude.
All right, guys. Welcome to our wedding. This is going to be a very sort of informal thing.
Oh my gosh, how embarrassed! Like, dude, I know it sounds like I'm primarily shitting on the woman here, but the thing is, there's nothing to critique when it comes to the guy, because the guy, like, he's a loser. Like, it's like, this dude is more, like, niggas will always talk about money and all that stuff. I don't care about any of that shit. This dude is a loser, right? I think we can all agree there. The big issue here is, dude, it's like, when we think, like, at least to me, right, when you think about like the stereotypical man, right, like when you're thinking of like, oh man, this dude's a guy, he's a man, is this the image you think of? And then with the women, right, like the person who's marrying this guy, where's your like, listen, there are some people who, would prefer to have like small weddings and stuff like that. I'm one of those people. Like, if I could have like a small wedding, maybe even like a private wedding, I'm all for that. But as the woman, right? Like, this is the venue for you. This is what you're trying to get at. This is your dream. I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just a piece of shit. Maybe I'm just an asshole. But this is not it for me. I'm sorry.
There is no what do they call it? An officiant? Pastor. Yeah, I'm the officiant. Okay. I'm the officiant and I run this. So we're going to.
He said I run this. He really thinks this is like indicative of being an alpha. This is so embarrassing. And like, that's the thing. She's not unattractive. Like, she's really not unattractive, and for her to end up in this space, you know, listen, man, I don't want to sound like a judgmental dude, but something got to be wrong with her up there, dude. Something got to be wrong on the inside.
Exchange vows. She's got a few words for me. I've got some words for her.
God damn, she got some mommy milkers on her, don't she? And she's in this position. She really must be like a garbage human being.
And then I will, by the power vested in me, Donovan Sharp, she's your wife.
Got word for her. Would you want to be my hoe and only hoe for the rest of our lives?
Yeah, buddy.
He loves people clapping. I refuse to believe that's family and friends. Because I don't care how cringy and red pill you are, there is no way your family and friends would clap at that kind of speech. I think this guy paid people to be in the audience.
Oh my gosh, damn, Abba, I ain't even gonna lie to you. You just added a whole nother layer to the chicanery and foolishness of this. Paying, like, I thought, at least in my head, what I'm thinking of, like, oh, maybe these are like his, like, you know, maybe these are like subscribers, other people are part of the community, blah blah blah, you know, stuff like that. The red pill space, somehow that exists, right? For it to just be, yo, I paid people to be in the audience, I'm not gonna lie to you, that might be, like, I gotta finish this.
Gas me up. Hey.
Go. Alright, ready?
I'm ready.
Each day, when we wake up, we choose womanhood. You have taught me that the rent is due every day and not to take things for.
Oh my gosh, what did she just say? Do you think y'all think the caption is gonna work?
Ready.
Each day, when we wake up, we choose womanhood. You have taught me that the rent is due every day.
That's what he's taught you? The rent is due every day? What are we talking about right now? What is she talking about? That's what he taught her? She's 46, approximately.
Not to take things for granted.
The rent is due every day.
Every day.
This is kid. Stop. You can shit this off.
Preach saying this is a skit, and like, listen, man, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What Drake said? Embarrassing. Regardless, this is embarrassing. Oh my gosh. You know, I have a couple women friends that complain about being single. You know, I'm just gonna show them this. Anytime any of my heterosexual women friends complaining about being single, I'm just gonna show them this. I think majority of them, if not every single one of them, would prefer being single over this. This is, oh my god, this is disgusting. There's no women at this wedding because she has no female friends in her circle, clearly.
Day, when we wake up, we choose womanhood. You have taught me that the rent is due every day and not to take things for granted. A healthy garden takes watering, pruning, and attention in order to flourish. Thank you for demanding the best in me always. I promise to stand beside you, walk behind you, and be a reliable source of peace for you.
Promise to stand beside you, to walk behind you, and to be a reliable source of peace for you. Okay, that's nice words. I like that.
I promise to show you my love through my actions, words, and thoughts. Together our lives are great, and the sky is the limit. I love you, and I'm happy you will go. Yo-yo.
Go birds, baby. Cindy, it's been a hell of a ride. And the way we met was very.
Oh my gosh, this dude's, even his dialogue is that of like a cringe nerd who thinks, like, don't get me wrong, I love Fight Club, great movie, But like you could tell Fight Club was like he thought that was the greatest shit ever and he completely missed the point of it. Like he is absolutely one of those types if you've ever seen one. Young men, I promise you this is not the dude you want to be. This is not the person you want to turn out to be. This is not the guy that you should be looking up to. I know that sounds hey, if you've fallen into this pipeline, I know that sounds a little insane, but I promise you, this right here.
Unorthodox. Our relationship is very unorthodox. You're wearing a wedding ring now because.
Yeah, I found out you were a single mom, and I still got with you, even though I think getting with single moms is a waste of time. And I've been lying to everyone about the fact that you're a single mom. It's been a wild ride. It's crazy how much we've been lying about who you are and what you've done, how your age, everything else, because you're actually much older than I originally claimed. But I lied because I have an image to maintain.
Because, well, you know, there you go. You've been wearing it for 7.5 years. But, you know, like I said, I bring out the best in you, but you make me happy. You really do.
The funniest thing about this is seeing the cameraman in the reflection of the flat screen holding the phone up. Oh my gosh, dude. Like this is...
I was happy before you.
You know what I thought he was going to say? I thought he was going to say, I bring out the best in you, but you don't really bring out the best in me. I do that myself. I bring out the best in me. I bring out the best out of you. Because, listen, I don't really need you. I just need my homies. Because men and women can't be, I don't know, just...
Homies over home, homies over home, do the homie.
Do the homie.
That's
what it makes me think of.
Learning for 7.5 years, but you know, like I said, I bring out the best in you.
Dog, you're a content creator. You couldn't like hold on. Because now because like I've actually worked with like audio equipment and I've recorded things for a couple years. I'm still at an amateur level, if that. You couldn't get an audio setup, my dude. Like you're talking about, this ain't gonna be your normal wedding anyway. You couldn't get like an actual audio setup. This is the wedding video you're gonna show. Well, I don't even know. I don't know who they're gonna show. And is the kid there? Is her kid in the wedding right now? I would be so embarrassed.
But you make me happy.
I like how it started with you. I bring out the best in you. It sounded like he was about to compliment her, and he went, nah.
And then it doesn't.
He's red pill. That's impossible. Complimenting a woman, that's beta. Come on. He's alpha. Like, come on.
I make you better, stupid.
I was happy before you, and if you and I decide to part ways for whatever reason, I'll be happy without you.
What type of fucking vows are these, dude?
I don't care what nobody says. There's never a day in life where you can convince me this is not the most loserish shit ever. You want to love the woman that you love and share these kind of weird vows, and that's fine. Doing this for content, doing a Q&A afterwards, doing vows
There's a Q&A after?
where you're essentially like, yo, I was happy before you, and I'm going to be happy after you. It's like, holy
But
shit.
I'm happy about the way you made me happy because I made you. That's great. That's a crazy bar. That's a crazy bar. I was happy before you. I'm going to be happy after you.
Yo.
But I'm happy to be with you because I made you. Where you going?
Yo, deadass, when red pill dudes do marriages, I feel like it gotta be like this. Yo, listen, I'm killing it.
Did you
Yo, listen, I'm killing it to the mirror at the wedding is hilarious. Nah, that's hilarious, dude. That's literally what I'm thinking. Like the whole time you're talking about yourself. How egocentric do you have to be to tell the love of your life? Well, let me not even do that because you know they hate romanticizing things like that. You're talking to the person you're opting to marry, and you're talking about yourself in the vows, not in a way where it's like self-deprecating in a funny, charismatic way, or you know, something to juxtapose the person you were prior to meeting them and where you guys are together now and shit like that. None of that. You're literally just talking about yourself. Because what is the purpose of this? Like, is he about to say like I chose to marry you because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no shit. Everything you're saying right now, and this is what I talk about where I feel like people are just like, majority of people are kind of like socially inept. What you're saying doesn't make the other person feel good. You should be aware of that. Unless she has like a self-deprecation fetish or a humiliation fetish, which by all means then, this dude's the greatest husband ever.
Bring a whole laugh.
I'm killing it, baby.
Did you bring a
I
whole?
made you. I did everything.
Nah, this is unrelated to this red pill stuff. This is crazy seeing like another angle of where they record at, another angle of that room that they're in. This is actually, I don't know why it's making me feel like it's such like a jarring feeling to see in their videos the other side of the room right now. I don't know why I feel that way.
Hey, look at me. I marry me, baby. I pronounce us me and me.
For eternity. You wasn't about to kiss yourself?
I kiss myself every night. How can I not? You ever catch a mirror and catch a reflection? When you a red pill man, you gotta love it. Hey. Blue pill beta bitches.
I don't know why. I think my heart would have sank if like he turned the mirror around and you just see like a giant fucking like warehouse studio behind the mirror and like a production team. Like that would have, oh my gosh, could you imagine?
And I've never really had someone like you. I really haven't. I'm glad that I made you into the woman you are today.
Huh?
Continue to hold that standard. Success is really, really cool to have, to be financially successful, but it's much sweeter when you have someone like you to share it with. And so, by the power vested in me, I pronounce us man and wife.
Did he say man?
I'm gonna let Abba preach. I'm gonna let Abba speak, but man and wife. Well, I think that's like a normal thing. Some people say that. Some weddings. I feel like I've heard that before in weddings, but the power invested in him, is he like a like, can he do that? I forgot the term. I have a cousin that does this. I just don't know the name of it. Is he like ordained?
Man and wife? Did he say that?
Yeah. Because he's a man.
Because he doesn't want to be a husband?
No. Because that would be simpish. That's logic. No?
But if that's your wife, then you're her husband. I don't even understand that.
No.
Really, really cool.
No.
But much sweeter when you have someone like you to share it with. And so, by the power vested in me, I pronounce us man and wife.
That's the kiss of not someone. I'm talking about her. That's not the kiss of like someone who's in love. That's like a desperation kiss. And it's desperation one of two ways. Desperation of, let's get this shit over with, or the desperation of, no one cares about me. You're the only person that's ever cared about me, or I think has cared about me. So just give me a smooch, daddy-o. Ah! Alright, this is where the cringe set in. Look at your man's face, bro. This nigga, yo, he's not happy that he's married. He's happy that all these men in the room saw him get married. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm not a beta. I did it. Like, oh my god, this is disgusting. Oh my god, that was gross. That was like a, hey, this is mine. This is my property, don't you? Hey, y'all better chill out looking at her.
Okay, so now that we're officially married, I guess we'll take questions from the audience.
There's a whoa. There's a Q&A. All right, so they're just gonna talk after this, but like, there's a Q&A. I thought Abba was joking. There's a Q&A.
We're gonna do 10 minutes of questions, then we're gonna.
My gosh. All right.
It's a skit. It's a skit. No question.
You know, like when people say like cope, it's like to be like condescending and kind of assholey a little bit. Preach saying this is a skit is cope, but I don't mean it to say that like an asshole. I mean like for the sake of humanity. I hope this is a skit type. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's saying that.
At the end of your wedding, anybody got questions? Yo, when is the last time you banged? Other question. Is she gonna be your only one? No.
I think this is his viewers. I think this is an event he runs with his viewers.
Probably.
That yeah, like don't get me wrong. I get what Abba was saying earlier about him like hiring people, maybe even paying people to be in the audience, but I do think this has to be like people in his community. That's the only way. That's the only way. That is the only way. Do these people have friends? And I don't mean people that just like agree with you. I mean people who will challenge your way of thinking. So you could think to yourself, hey, maybe this is maybe I'm wildin', you know? Maybe maybe this ain't the way to go about things, you know? Maybe I should shut the fuck up, you know?
That I can get behind that. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I will say this is innovative. I have never heard of a wedding with a Q&A. But in this content-driven...
But if he has no friends, like he had to... Both of them have no friends. That means that they're not people who can have people around them that will challenge them. That will challenge their way in thinking or even encourage an improved lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I have plenty of people who... We don't argue, if not ever, about, you know, bullshit. But they do encourage me to, you know... improve my way of living, you know, change, and that enables me to change my perspective on things, you know. This is just I don't even know, like I can't even
world. Even this is not surprising. I mean, if y'all niggas hate marriage so much, then just don't do it. I don't understand this. Like, okay, jokes aside and laughing at how stupid this guy looks. Like, red pill dudes complain about marriage all the time. I would never get the state involved, yada, 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 yada. Okay. Then what's the point of y'all getting married? You guys are not getting married in a religious context. You're not getting married in a governmental context. What the fuck? You're not even getting married in front of friends and family to, like, see families united. You're doing this in front of subscribers. What the fuck is the point of this? Are you going to announce your wife?
What's the point?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, all right, so I agree. The reason why I actually agree with Abba here is because I'm saying actually, like, I haven't agreed with both of these dudes this entire video. But the reason why I agree with Abba here is because, like, you could have just went in front of a judge. You know, that's what a lot of people do. Especially if you're someone trying to hide the fact that you're, like, opposed to this idea of marriage. You know what I'm saying? You could have just did this in front of a judge. What is this for? I feel like maybe the girlfriend or the wife at this point is just insane, and she was like, I want a wedding. You know, like that. I don't understand who he's doing this for. Unless this is like the crazy self-masturbation. Well, that's what masturbation is. And this is like a crazy, you know, way to jerk himself off. I don't understand what this or who this is for, if not her. And she's so delusional. She just wanted a wedding, even though there's nothing there's nothing here that would indicate that. He'd even put a ring on her finger, vice versa. None of that. This is just weird.
Your audience? Just tell her she's your wife and that's it.
Well, the only thing is just that, I don't know, it's their universe. So you're presenting your wife in front of your universe. So
this is their MCU. This is like Abba's face is frying me. This is just like a pool of delusion. And he's throwing her in there for the rest of the water to interact with. I don't know, dude.
Why not? Bro, I'm trying. So
keep going.
So okay. So
Stop laughing.
I'm trying.
This is a serious matter.
You stop laughing.
But
Yeah. You can't tell me to stop laughing if you're laughing.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So I can't. Nah, I'm giving you a choice, Neil. In this hand, you have the blue pill,
Oh my days.
or you have Donovan Sharp. The blue pill will plug you back into the.
We're good.
Listen to my options.
I'm not. You know what?
You can
I don't
have a
have
wedding.
to. I don't have to choose blue pill or red pill. I don't have to choose no pills. Why am I on the pill? Are they happy? They look happy, so good for them.
Good for them. But since y'all want to sell this lifestyle to other people, it's okay for folks to laugh at it. It's okay, especially when you say your lifestyle is better than others.
This is what I'm saying.
Your way is the truth. Your way is the red pill, whatever the fuck it is. Like, it's okay for people to look at you guys and say, y'all goofy as hell. You know, I'm not out here looking for people's wedding ceremonies like, what the fuck is... But this, I treat this a bit different. The only thing I'd be wondering is, like, why do these dudes who say they have the truth and all this stuff just end up looking like such dweebs and losers? Like, they look like the kind of social rejects you'd never want to socialize with, but they're convinced that they lead the best lives ever.
Boom, nigga. Like, for real, bro. For real, bro. You could just be single. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even single. Like, you could just go unmarried. All of this stuff is so performative and so lame. Like, it is so lame, nigga. If you love someone, this idea that loving someone openly and publicly like this, putting yourself out there like this, being embarrassed or ashamed of that, especially when you have no real reason to be embarrassed, like they haven't done anything disrespectful to you. Jada, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason for anyone to be like, oh, you're in love and you like that woman, you're dumb or you're a loser. Who gives a fuck what people say? Life is too short to worry about how cool you look in front of a bunch of other loser dudes who are single. Like,
a certain kind of nerds. You know, when they get together.
And I don't like that nerds get called that. There's so many nerds. I'm included in the nerddom of I'm a nerd. But this ain't the being an incel. I can't even say that because there are some incels that are just incel. Like, they're legitimately involuntary celibates because of how physically or whatever it is that disables them from being in intimate and, you know, emotional relationships and having emotional connections with people. There are actual victims of perception. But then you have people like this who, you know, like I said at the beginning, like, these aren't hideous looking people. But that's the thing. The thing about majority of the incel base, they don't understand that it's not the outside that makes you unfuckable or unlovable. The inside, bruh. It's the inside. Think about how many ugly, disrespectful pieces of shit you know that are broke, ugly, short, unathletic, well, I mean, I say uncharismatic, but all of those things, but are in long-term relationships. Why aren't you?
And they believe in it, you know. It's like cosplay, but RPG.
Yeah,
that's what they doing.
Role playing.
That's the whole universe.
Oh damn! Nah, this is a LARP. Not you LARPing at your own wedding. Jesus.
What is that? They build themselves a persona, and then they just interact with each other.
What do you guys think in the comments below? How much do you guys want a red pill? We are selling mirrors, so if you want to get married, you know.
We're selling mirrors now.
Hey, listen. For
we're selling mirrors now.
Y'all need to know who it is that y'all gonna marry, and y'all need a good reflection to know.
And who you gonna marry? Me.
That's what it felt like.
That's what it was.
Shout out Avon Preach, man. I'll give that video a like. That was ugh.